Wow, the first video of 2024. And yes, you're saying, what are these? Oops, wrong way. It's opposite on it. What are these lights? Well, there's uh, blinds here and the light shining through. We're at the Southern Command, changing some things around and cleaning house and a little bit of renovation. So here's where Cappy will be for a little bit. And what better, more cliched way or opportunity to have a video on a New Year's resolution everyone should have, and that should be spending less than you make. And oh my gosh, by golly, here comes well endowed Molly. Does Cappy have a course? Yes, he does. He does. He has a course where it's called Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. And that is now open for enrollment. Are you trying to capitalize on people's? Everyone feels like a fat, disgusting pig right now because you all ate and you spent more. And oh, wait till you do your taxes. Wait till you. I should do a tax one. I should have a tax season offering for the minimalism course. Anyway, this is where you say, yep, my life sucks. It's going the wrong way. If I don't change now, I'm going to ruin my life. And then I'll come in here along with everybody else. Like, yeah, maybe you should go to the gym and not die of cardiac arrest at 54. But how about you at least have some money when you do so? At least when you're 54, you can feed your heart and your arteries with some high-end steak. Or maybe not really that, but you'll just be a gluttonous pig and die early, and you could afford it. You won't be in debt, and you'll at least have that stress off of you. You don't have to worry about money anymore. And that's what my course offers, Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. It is now open for enrollment. I will have it open until the 8th, the end of the 8th. At the end of the 8th, enrollment will close. We will go over this again because there's some confusion. You have 45 days to complete the class. You don't have to take it. You don't have to enroll and be done with it, which would be somewhat of a challenge because I believe it's like 6 or 8 hours. I know my Dad You Never Had course is 12 because there's a lot to go over on that one. This one is 6 hours at least of a deep psychological dive on how to get your spending under control, how to become unaddicted to spending, how to replace materialism with minimalism, and how to do it willingly so, where you're like, why would I piss away? Oh, I had a client. I'll tell you a little story, show you what I'm talking about. I have a prospective client. Him and his wife are doing very well. I'll give you the abbreviated version because I don't want to identify him. And because of where he works, he gets a hell of a deal on brand new vehicles, but he can't get himself to, even with the discount, spend that much money on a new vehicle. And one of the reasons is that in his neighborhood, everyone else has nicer vehicles, and him and his wife look like they're poor. And it actually annoyed him. I'm like, that is such an obscure and odd viewpoint that I haven't had since middle school. Like, what do you these are full grown adults, these are people in their 30s. You actually care that you're going to drop, what was it, 90 grand, 75 grand, a large sum of money, a down payment on a house, because you are controlled by materialism, because you actually care what is in all likelihood a bunch of worthless fucking douchebag assholes that you wouldn't care to be friends with anyway. You actually care, like it is middle school, like it is high school, what the neighbors think. And it's not like middle school or the 8th grade where, oh, do you have the coolest hat? Do you have your Raiders jacket? That was the 80s. All these dipshits in Wisconsin wear their Raiders jacket. Fucking losers. Lord knows how much they spent on it. Is it the 8th grade still? Or would you like to be liberated from that and, I don't know, be able to retire at 54? And unfortunately, or pass away early, because even though he took the minimalism course, they'll say he had great finances. He had great finances, but he ate like a pig. And I would be lying if I wouldn't say that if you're also having trouble with weight, this course might actually help as well, because it's at its core, it's both addictions. And this teaches you about replacing, like, well, look, we know you're addicted to spending. Think about it this way. And you'd be like, oh God, that's the dumbest thing I was ever doing. And then your wife will come in. I got a great to get that fucking out of the house. Get out of the fucking house. Swear to God, I'll divorce you. Get that shit out of your house. I don't want any more shit. You'll walk. What was it? Again, a friend of mine, he says, the world's richest man is the man who can walk into a mall and afford anything he wants, but walks away with nothing. Would you like to be there? Well, take this course. But Cappy, it's $450. Isn't it ironic? A course on minimalism is $450. No, it's not $450. It's $500, even more with sales tax, depending on where you live. It's going to be around $500 depending on your sales tax. So depending on how much you just love Democrat Dick, oh my God. Dude, the Europeans, some of them pay, just so you know, with your VAT tax, some of you will pay over $600 for this course, which would still be worth it because my point is, look, you can first, it's going to be you who does the work. I'm just showing you the path. Okay. You can go ahead and spend the money if you follow what's in the course, the 450 US, 670, Lord knows, Sweden probably. That will be worth the money because you will stop spending money. And I love Americans. I love Americans. We're like, oh my God, spend how much on learning how to not spend so much, and then go, what'd you spend this week? Huh? What'd you spend between Christmas and New Year's? What'd you spend? Not even on gifts. What'd you spend on New Year's? Did you rent the limo, bro? Did you go buy a $90,000 vehicle you didn't need because you were concerned what your dipshit neighbors thought? The irony is, I'm not the one with the spending problem. You're the one that has a credit card bill of $3,000 a month and you make $40,000 a year. You live paycheck to paycheck. I'm not the one living paycheck to paycheck. You're the one who keeps bringing in worthless shit into this house because you need it. Oh my God. It was the great one had a great episode about how a colleague of his wife, she got a job. She had to buy a uniform for the job, but then she bought like a ton of other shit. And the husband had to explain to her that she had yet to show up for her first day at work, and there was no paychecks coming in, and she just went right. There was no money. She had to ask him. That's right. She called him at work saying she needed money because the credit card was maxed out, and he's working, and it's like, why do you what? Because I want to buy some more stuff. Oh my God, I love the stuff. Yes, stuff. Women really should take this course more than anyone else, but I've only had a handful of women take that. But the men take it because I think you're sick and tired of being poor, and maybe you're sick and tired of living debt to debt. Maybe you're sick and tired of worrying. That's the other thing. What do you care what other people think? I've always been fascinated with that. Wow, you really care? Maybe that's the benefit of being a nerd back in school. I learned real quick not to care what people thought, and I was right. Oh my God. How those Cavarici pants treating you now? Yeah, it ain't 1988 anymore, is it, Trisha? Oh, 3 divorces, you say? No kidding. I never saw that coming. Go poof your bangs. No alcohol, 23. No, I'm coming up on 3 years sobriety. That saves money too. But that's the one. Man, I wish I could have that advice back. I really wish I could. Muhammad Ali. How forgive myself for mistakes, being global, naive, making bad choices, not being assertive, etc. The list is endless. Can you please do a video on dealing with guilt and regret and forgiving yourself? I may have a video. We're coming up on 10 years. Muhammad, why don't you go through search my channel for like forgiving yourself? I almost want to say I did. I want to charge you and like have you send in a report or a request only if the video already exists. I would also couch that one, watch my video, the toughest choice I had to make, the hardest choice I had to make, most difficult choice I had to make. Because all right, you screwed up, everyone screws up, and you should feel shame and guilt. How much of your screw ups weren't you screwing up was that you had the wrong information because people lied to you? Just for a short, quick answer, hopefully that makes you feel a little bit better. All right, that's it. So the link to the course, Achieving Minimalism, Theory and Practice, that's linked below, or you could just go to Teachable and search Achieving Minimalism, Theory and Practice, Clary, you'll find it. It will be open for enrollment until the end of the 8th, so a solid week. Then whenever you sign up, you'll have 45 days to take the course. Please take the course. Don't pay so much money that you fail to take the course. I had one guy do that. He was procrastinating the entire time. I'm like, dude, you spent good money on this course. And even that wasn't enough of a pound of flesh for you to have invested in it. The another reason I won't lie, the main, let's be very clear why I charge so much. Because I am greedy and I want money. All right. So that's the main reason. But the second reason I charge so much, well, who was it? No one takes anything seriously unless they pay a price. And I remember somebody had course, maybe it was Donovan Sharp was telling me, like, he offered his courses, which were good courses, and no one was taking them, no one was completing them. Like, you could tell how many people take them to completion if you look it up. And no one did it. And he says people need to pay a price. People need to have a little bit of skin in the game. I think $500 is enough. I think you might take your finances seriously if you give me $500. Well, okay, I only get like 375. The commission goes to Teachable for hosting the platform. So there it is. Link below. Take it. Actually, get your fine. Imagine this time next year, you'd be like, "Oh, remember when I was like in debt and I was poor? Now I am not in debt, and I have a solid middle income." Actually, I don't even need a middle income. I have a lower middle income, but because I'm a minimalist, I don't buy stupid shit. I still have money, and I have more money in the bank than the guy next door to me makes 150,000 a year because him and his wife spend 160,000 a year. Let's go to the super chats. Big Danny at Dannon LA, $5. Happy New Year, Cappy. This SC will be my first super chat. Will be my first money spent this year. That's a wise expenditure of money, Big Dannon. That's very wise. I think that's a good cause. That's a good cause. Me, what's your favorite cause? Me. I had to buy shelf supports for closets. That's where your money's going. This is boring stuff. Shelf supports, because they put all the shelf supports into the sheetrock, not the studs. Oh, contractors are stupid. I've started budgeting, sticking to it. There you go. And guess what? It works. Spend less. I wonder if the same applies to obesity. I wonder. Cappy, here's some money. Thank you, Hat and Clogs, and a happy New Year to you, Hat. Hope you're doing a good time down there in Arizona. Hat and Clogs again, $2. Cappy told me to make money and give it to you. No. I've never said that. When people come to me and say, Cappy, what should I do in life? My joking, hypocritical, facetious answer is you should work really hard and major in engineering and give me all your money, the cult of Cappy, because it shows you how stupid you are to ask other people what to do. Because other people, there are so many scumbags out there that'll take advantage. Like, oh yeah, join my cult, join this religion, give me all your money, donate to this nonprofit, help with the animals, that kind of shit. And if it's one thing like, should I buy in Tennessee or should I buy in Alaska? That's a little bit different. But general, what should I do in life? You need to learn never to ask people that question. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.